Stop everything right now. The man who ruled Iran with an iron fist was vaporized in 47 seconds. 72 hours later, the regime drops the bombshell. We have a new interim supreme leader. The name? Ayatollah Alireza Arafi. But listen closely. Arafi isn't calling the shots alone. Iran is in a silent civil war at this very second. Three men are fighting for control of nuclear warheads that could incinerate the map of the Middle East. What if I told you that in less than 10 days, everything could explode? You think Khamenei's death brought peace? Think again. The chaos is just beginning. Smell the diesel smoke burning in the streets of Tehran. Hear the roar of ERG T-72S tanks rolling down the Tehran-Qom highway at AM. Watch the clerics scurrying to secret mosques with black briefcases full of loyalty lists. This isn't a movie. This is what's happening right now. While you're watching this video, what if I told you the three-man council created by Article 111 is cracking from the inside? Imagine Arafi sitting on Khamenei's throne, adjusting his black turban, staring at the map, and thinking, now, I decide if Iran goes to total war or pretends to negotiate. Do you think he'll hesitate? Far from it. Imagine Pezeshkian trying to talk to the West while generals decide if he'll even be alive by the end of the day. Imagine Mohseni Ejei prepping a state of emergency while ballistic missiles are being rolled out of their silos. This is real power today. Are you ready for the cold, hard truth? Because in 15 minutes, you're going to find out who's actually in charge and why this could turn the world upside down in days. Stay right here. Don't click away, because what's coming next will change how you see Iran forever. You've seen the headline saying Mojtaba Khamenei has already taken over, or the Revolutionary Guard seized everything. It's all a lie. Since March 1, 2026, Iran has been ruled by an interim council of three men, rushed into power by Article 111 of the Constitution. Mainstream media is reporting only what the regime let slip. But what they didn't see was the encrypted telegram that left Qom at 4 a.m. This council was confirmed by Reuters and CNN in record time. But what's insane, that these three men are supposed to work together. But in reality, they're in a cold war inside the palace. Feel the tension in the briefing room. Hear the heavy silence when one of them opens his mouth. See the ice-cold stares exchanged over a table that has seen far too many executions. This isn't a theory. This is happening right now. Article 111 says, when the supreme leader falls, an interim council forms until the assembly of experts chooses a permanent successor. But no one expected the board to flip this fast. What if I told you Arafi has already started appointing allies to key intelligence positions before the next secret meeting? Do you think the other two are just sitting still? Not a chance. Pezeshkian is trying to leverage the popular support from the 2025 protests to gain strength in the streets. Mohseni Ejei is using the courts and the secret police to tighten the noose on any dissenters. And Khamenei's son is operating the Hawala networks, the informal money transfer systems, behind the scenes to buy loyalties. Three men, three factions. A country on the brink of a nuclear collapse. This council isn't a solution. It's the beginning of an internal purge. You want to know who's really in charge? Hold on tight, because I'm about to show you, name by name, who these three are and which faction they represent. First name you need to memorize. Ayatollah Alireza Arafi, 67 years old. He is the clerical face of the interim council, a hardline cleric and member of the Guardian Council since 2019. Khamenei groomed him as an ideological heir. He controls the madrasas and the religious apparatus. See that cold stare in his official photos. Feel the weight of the black turbine that now decides the fate of 90 million people. He isn't just looking at the map. He's redrawing the borders with the tip of a blowtorch. Do you think he'll hesitate to accelerate the nuclear program? Second name, the Masoud Pezeshkian, the current president. He represents the civilian wing. He has popular support, but on the interim council, he's the target. The ERG sees him as a weakness that needs to be removed. Imagine him trying to negotiate while feeling the barrel of a rifle against the back of his neck. Third name, Gholam Hossein Mohseni Ejei, the Chief Justice. This is the man who crushed the 2025 protests with an iron fist. He controls the secret police and is the Revolutionary Guard's favorite. If he wins this fight, Iran stops being a theocracy and becomes a pure military dictatorship in a matter of hours. 3 men in a room where there's only room for 1 throne. They aren't governing, they're hunting each other. You want to know how this hunt is going down in the basements of Tehran? Stick around because I'm about to show you the dirty details. Inside the Erg bases, a brutal struggle is unfolding. Faction 1, Mojtaba Khamenei, the son, he has the vault, he has the spy network, and he wants to turn Iran into a hereditary religious monarchy. Reuters sources say he's forcing a snap vote in the Assembly of Experts before his father's body even gets cold. Faction 2 Erg hardliners, the military commanders. They're tired of clerics. They want a pure general in command. They're already moving T-72S tanks along the Tehran-Qom highway. They control the missiles, the drones, and the keys to the silos. Faction 3, Arafi and the conservative clerics. They want to keep absolute religious control over the state. Arafi is purging key positions and installing his most trusted men. The detail that changes everything? In less than 10 days, the 88 most powerful clerics of the Assembly of Experts will meet in a secret session. Whoever wins that meeting rules Iran for the next 30 years. Imagine Erg generals threatening clerics with their fingers on the trigger at the assembly doors. Imagine Khamenei's son injecting billions to buy votes. This isn't a theory. It's happening as you listen to me. The backroom war is only in phase 1, and the nuclear program keeps running in the middle of this chaos. Who has the keys to the warheads now? Does Arafi accelerate or use them as a bargaining chip? Are proxies like Hezbollah and the Houthis even taking orders if the command center is cracked? The risk of a military coup or a total civil war is real. Imagine the Strait of Hormuz closed in 24 hours, oil prices exploding, and missiles rain down on US bases in the Gulf. This could happen in days. The worst-case scenario? Someone decides the only way to consolidate power is to hit the nuclear button to unite the country against an external enemy. Iran still has 42.3 kilos of uranium enriched to 90% hidden under the mountains. That's enough for 2 warheads in less than 2 weeks. Do you think they'll hesitate? The whole world is holding its breath, and you now know more than 99% of the people watching the evening news. But here's the throne in Tehran. General Amir Ali Khamenei, the feared commander of the aerospace force, hasn't been seen in public since the attack. Intelligence rumors suggest he isn't waiting for votes or meetings with clerics. He's reportedly preparing the announcement of the first nuclear test within the next 48 hours as a move of ultimate authority. The board has flipped. Iran no longer has an owner. It has a radioactive power vacuum. So, who's really in charge today? Ayatollah Alireza Arafi holds the pen for now, but General Khamenei might be holding the detonator. The chaos is only in the warm-up phase. Drop a comment right now. Do you think Arafi survives in power for more than 30 days? Or will the Revolutionary Guard make the final move? And if you want the next video on the 3 men who could pull the nuclear trigger, hit that like button now. YouTube only pushes this level of detail to those who engage fast. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and hit the bell, because the next few weeks in Iran are going to be insane. And I'll be right here to show you every weld and every secret no one else is brave enough to tell.